So hi all. So today we are going to see about Modi method, which is one of the method which comes under transportation problems. So when we want to solve Modi method, it is first we have to solve it by using VAM, that is Vogel's approximation method. Okay. Once we complete the problem by Vogel's approximation method, we need to find out the opportunity cost. Based on the opportunity cost, there are certain allocations will change, and then we will get an optimized answer. Among the transportation methods, all in which Modi is the best optimized answer. So let us solve the problem and understand how to solve Modi method. Okay. So we have a problem here. So we have the transportation cost and we have supply and demand. So we have the supply which is 7, 9, 18 and the demand which is 5, 8, 7 and 14. So first thing always whether the problem is balanced or not, that is what we need to look at. Okay. So what is balanced? You should see whether the demand and the supply is going to be the same. That is what we have to look at first. Okay. So let us find out the demand and supply. So 7 plus 9 which is 16, 16 plus 18 which is 34. Okay. So the total supply is 34 and the same as when you look at 14 plus 7, 21, 21, 29, 34. So demand and supply is balanced. So therefore the problem is balanced. So we can start with Vogel's approximation method. So when you look at Vogel's approximation method, you have to first look at which is the least value in that particular column or row, and you have to take the next least value and you have to subtract with that. Okay. So here the least value is 10 and the next least value is 19. So the difference is going to be 9, and second row the least is 30 and the next least is 40. So the difference is 10. So here 8 and 20. So the difference is 12. So same you have to do it with the column wise. So 19 and 40 which is 21, and 8 and 30 which is going to be 22, and here it is 50 and 40 which is going to be 10, and here 10 and 20 which is going to be 10. So this way we have to find out the difference between the least and the next least value. In this you have to find out the largest difference. So the largest difference is 22. So you have to select this particular column. In this column only you have to make your allocation. So in which you have to select the least value. So the least value is 8. Okay, so you have to allocate in 8. So the demand is 8 and the supply is 18. So maximum we can allocate 8 here. So the entire demand gets over. So you have to cross out the entire column values and the supply remains as 10 here. Okay. So we have made the first allocation. So second allocation we have to repeat the same. So 19 and 10 which is going to be 9. 40 and 60 the difference is going to be 20. So here 20 and 40 the difference is going to be 20, and here again the difference will be remains the same. So here we need to find out, here it will be the same, here also it will be the same. So in which you have to choose which is the next largest value. So the next largest value is 21. So you have to select this particular column. So here the least value is 19 and the demand is 5 and the supply is 9. So we can allocate 5 here. So the supply will be remain 2. So the entire demand gets over. So you will be crossing out this column as well. So first two columns you need not to find out. So again we have to repeat the same process. So 50 and 10 it is going to be 40. So here 40 and 60 it is going to be 20, 20 and 70 which is going to be 50. So here it is going to be the same values. So now among this 50 is the largest value. So in this 20 is the minimum value. Okay. So here the demand is 14 and the supply is 10. Okay. So how much we can allocate is maximum we can allocate only 10. So the demand remains as 4. The entire supply gets over. So strike out the remaining values in the row. Okay, so now we have completed the allocation in this particular row. So there won't be any more allocation. So now we need to do the same step again. So 50 minus 10, which is going to be 40, 40 and 60, which is 20. So here it is going to be the same 10, and here it is 50. So the highest value is 50. You have to make allocation in this particular column. The lowest value is 10. So the supply is 2 and the demand is 4. So we can allocate 2, and this will become 2, and the entire supply gets over. So you have to cross out the entire values. So now we have two values left, which is 40 and 60. So in which you can choose the least value and you can do the allocation. The least value is 40, the demand is 7 and the supply is 9. So maximum you can allocate 7, and the entire demand gets over, the supply is going to be remaining 2. So now the last value is 60, so you can allocate 2 there because the demand and supply is going to be the same. Okay. So now we have done the allocation, and we need to first check whether the solution is non-degenerated or not. Okay. So how we are going to check is m plus n minus 1, which is equals to number of allocation. So what is m? M is number of row and n is number of column minus 1. So the total number of row is 3 plus total number of column is 4 minus 1. So the total, which is going to be 6. So now we need to count how many number of allocations we have. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So total number of allocation equals to 6. So therefore the solution is non-degenerated. Okay, so we got solution in VAM. After doing VAM, we have to continue the same problem with your Modi method as well. Okay, so for the Modi method, again you have to rewrite the table. So with the allocation, so I have to write the allocations. So the allocation is here 5, and here we have 2, and again here we have 2, and 7 here, 8 here, and 10. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So totally we have 6 allocations. So to start with Modi method, first thing you have to look at a formula, which is Cij equals to Ui plus Vj. Cij is nothing but the cost. So 19 is Cij value, that is C11 equals to 19, C12 equals to 30. So this is your Cij value. With that we can find out Ui plus Vj. Okay. So first we need to find out one value. With that we can find out all the remaining U values and the V values. So first how we are going to find out value for 1 is, first we need to check which row or column is having maximum number of allocation. So first let us check first row, we have 2 allocations, second row again 2 allocations, third row again 2 allocations. So we will see in column wise as well. First column 1, second column 1 again, third column 1, fourth column we have 3 allocations. So the majority is in the fourth column. So the maximum number of allocation which is in fourth column, so that the corresponding V value is V4. So for that you can give the value as 0. Okay. So based on this you can find out U1, U2, U3. How it is? Say in this column you have to see where and all you have the allocation. So here you have the allocation at 10, you have the allocation at 60, you have allocation at 20. So all the 3 columns you have the allocation. So straight away you can find out U1, U2 and U3. Just by substituting in this formula you can find out the value. So Cij is 10, Ui is what we are going to find out. So U1 is what we are going to find out, plus Vj. Vj is equals to 0. So U1 which is equals to 10, that is the value. So U1 equals to 10 here. So here Cij is 60. So I'll just do it here, 60, which is equals to Ui is, U2 is what we are going to find out. So U2 plus Vj is V4, V4 value is 0. So straight away U2 equals to 60. So you can write it, and for this it is going to be 20. Okay, so now we found out all the U values, U1, U2, U3. Okay, now we need to find out V1, V2, V3. So by knowing U1, you have to check in this row where you have the allocation. you have the allocation in the first column. So here 19 is the Cij value, U value is 10, and V value is what we are going to find out, that is your V1. So here it is 10 and here it is 19. So I'll just write it here. So it is 10 here, and U value, sorry, this is 19 and U value is 10, and V value is what we are going to find out. So this 10 comes this side, it is going to be 19 minus 10. So the value is going to be 9. So V1 equals to 9. Okay. So now we have done V1. So by using U1 we can only find out V1 because already we have V4. So now we will check on U2. By using U2, what we can find out. So in this column you have allocation at this place. So that you can find out V3. Okay. So now U value is 60, Cij value is 40. So 40 here and 60 here. So 60 comes this in, it is going to be minus. So the value is going to be minus 20. Okay. So now by using U3, let us see like what we are going to find out. So you have allocation at V2, so we can able to find out V2. So the U value is 20 and Cij value is 8. So 8 minus 20, which is going to be minus 12. Okay, so now we found out all the V1, V2, V3 and V4 values, U1, U2, U3 and U4 values. Now we need to find out the opportunity cost. Okay, so opportunity cost, there is a formula Dij, which is equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vj. Okay, you know about Cij value, you know what is Ui and what is Vj. So opportunity cost is, you need to find out where and all you don't have allocation. So you don't have allocation here. For this you need to find out the opportunity cost. You don't have allocation here as well. You need to find out the opportunity cost for this as well. Then, so now we need to write the cell address. So cell address, how we are going to do it is, first the row number, next the column number. So now the row number is 1 and the column number is 2. We have to go with D1, 2. So next one D1, 3. Next one D2, 1. Next one D2, 2. And the next one is D3, 1 and D3, 3. So these are the cells wherever you have no allocation. Okay, so for this we have to do it. So Cij is nothing but the cost. So the cost for first one is 30 and the corresponding V value is minus 12 and U value is 10. So 10 minus 12. So this 2, it will become minus 2. Minus 2 into minus, it is going to be plus. So finally this value is going to be 32. So next one we need to find out for D13. So D13, the opportunity, the cost is 50. So 50 minus what is the V value, which is minus 20 and U value is 10. So 10 minus 20. So this is going to be minus 10, minus 10 into minus, it is going to be plus. So it is going to be 60. So next one D1, 2, 1, which is having 70 as the cost and the corresponding V value is 9 and the corresponding U value is 60. So 60 plus 9. Okay. So 60 plus 9, this is 69, 70 minus 69, which is going to be 1. So next one we have to find out for D22, which is 30, the cost is 30 minus, so you have the V value is minus 12 and U value is 60. So 60 minus 12, so which is going to be 48. So 30 minus 48 is going to be minus 18. So next one is D31. So D31 Cij value is 40. So 40 minus the V value is 9 and U value is 20. So 20 plus 9. So finally this is 29. 40 minus 29 is going to be 11. And the next one is D33. So which is having the Cij value as 70 minus and the V value is minus 20, U value is 20. So 20 minus 20 which is going to be 0, so finally it is going to be 70. Okay, so now when you find out the opportunity cost, you have to look at whether we have negative opportunity cost. So you have to see, yes, we have a negative opportunity cost which is minus 18. Okay, so when we have a negative opportunity cost, we have to continue, we have the chance of getting optimal answer. Okay, so now we have to continue the problem. So now again we have to write the allocation as well as the opportunity cost in the table, same table. So let us first write the opportunity cost. So D12, the opportunity cost is 32, and D13, the opportunity cost is 60, D21, the opportunity cost is 1, and D22, the opportunity cost is minus 18, and D31, the opportunity cost is 11, and D33, the opportunity cost is 70. So now let us write the allocation from the previous table. So 5 here, and you have 2 here, and 7 here, and 2 here, and 10 and 8. Okay, so now what you need to do is, in this, where is the negative opportunity cost, you have to look at. So the negative opportunity cost is here. Okay, so from the negative opportunity cost, what you need to do is you have to create a loop. Okay, so how you are going to do a loop? So first let us understand what is a loop. So loop is a thing when you start from one point and you come to the same point. Okay, that is what we call it as a loop. Okay, so now we have to frame a loop from here, but we have a rule to frame that particular loop. Okay, so it has to start from the negative opportunity cost, and it can take a turn wherever you have the allocation. Okay, only when there is an allocation it can either turn upside or downside or left or right. Okay, so now if I start my loop from minus 18, I can come to this 7. So here I can go up or I can come down. Okay, but if I go up, here there is no allocation, so I cannot turn anywhere. So I will be stranded. So here again, if I come to 70, I cannot go further. I will get stranded. So I have to go straight. That is the only opportunity. So if I come here, I can go up. Okay, because from here I can even turn. So I can turn left side and I can come here. Here again allocation is there, but from here I cannot come back to 18 minus 18. It's not possible. So again, what I should do is I have to come down, that is to 10. So from here I can take a left and I can come to 8, and from here I can go to the same place where I started. Okay, so here I can create a loop. So the loop is going to be from minus 18, I reach this place. So here we have allocation, so I go down. Again here I have allocation, I can move towards my left, and again I have an allocation here. So from here I'll reach the same place where I started. Okay, so now I have created a loop. Okay, so now you have to do one more thing. So once you create a loop, so wherever the direction changes are happening, there you have to represent something called plus theta and minus theta. Okay, so first you have to start with the negative opportunity cost. So here you have to make plus theta, and the next turn it is happening at here, so you have to use minus theta, and the next turn is happening here, so you have to put plus theta, and next is happening here, you have to put minus theta. Okay, so here what you need to do is, wherever it is positive theta, you have to add certain values. That the certain value is, in this loop you have to find out the least allocation. Okay, so in this loop, which is the least allocation, 7, 2, 10 and 8, in this the least allocation is 2. So wherever it is positive theta, you have to add the least allocation, which is 2, and wherever it is negative theta, you have to subtract that least allocation. Okay, so that is what you have to do. So let us do that in this next table. Okay, so here it is positive theta, the minimum allocation value is 2. So what you need to do is, instead of, here we don't have any allocation, so instead of allocation you will get 2 here because it is positive theta. Okay, and in this negative theta we have to subtract 2, so this 2 will become 0. Okay, and here what happens, 10 is there, it is positive theta, you have to add 2 allocations, so finally it is going to be 12 here, and it is minus theta here, 8 is there, so finally you have to subtract 2 from here, so finally it will become 6. So now you can write the remaining allocations as such, so 5, next one 2 here, 7. So how many allocations? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. So now we have 6 allocations. So it will be equal to your m plus n minus 1. Okay. So now again we need to find out the opportunity cost. For finding the opportunity cost, you need to first find out U1, U2, U3, V1, V2, V3 and V4. So same way, now we need to check which row or column is having highest number of allocation. So first row to second row to third row again 2, first column only 1, 2, 1 and 2. So you can arbitrarily choose anything because in multiple things you are getting 2 as the highest value. So here we can choose anything as 0, you will get your answers. So I'll just go with V4 as 0 itself. Okay, so I'll just go with V4 as 0. So now my U1 value is going to be 10 and U3 value is going to be 20. So you have to use this formula. So with this formula you can find out. So now with U1 what I can find out is V1. Okay, so 19 minus 10, which is going to be 9, and I cannot find out any more. So from U3 what I can find out is V2. So 8 minus 20, which is going to be minus 12. So and the next thing is from V2 what I can find out is U2 I can find out. Okay, so 30 minus 12 will become plus 12. So finally this value is going to be 42. And from U2 I can find out V3. So 40 minus 42, so finally this is going to be minus 2. Okay, so now we got all the values. Now we need to first find out the opportunity cost. For opportunity cost, again you have to use the same formula, so which is Dij equals to Cij minus Ui plus Vj. So we have to find out for this, which is D1 2. So Cij value is 30 minus U value is 10 and V value is minus 12. So 10 minus 12. So this is going to be minus 2 and this is positive. So 32. So next one we need to find out for D1 3. So D1 3, we have U3 value as minus 2, V3 value is minus 2 and U value as 10. So 50 minus 10 minus 2. So finally this is going to be 8 and minus. So finally it is going to be 42. So next one we need to find out for this, which is D21. So D21 70 minus U value is 42, V value is 9. So which is going to be 51. So minus 70 is going to be 19. Okay, and next one is D24. So which is 60 is the Cij value, 42 is the U value and V value is 0. So finally this is going to be 18. And the next one is we need to find out for D31. So which is 40 minus, we have U value which is 20 plus 9. So finally this is going to be 29. So finally we will get 11. The last one what we are going to find out is D33. So which is 70 minus 20. V value is minus 2. So finally it is going to be minus 18. So finally minus 18 means it is going to be 52. Okay. So now we need to check whether your opportunity cost is negative. Okay, so here no values are negative, so that means we have reached the optimality. Okay, so this is the final answer. So now we need to find out the total transportation cost. So for finding the total transportation cost, you have to multiply the allocation with the cost. So 19 into 5 plus 30 into 2 plus 8 into 6 plus 40 into 7 plus 20 into 12 plus 10 into 2. So the final value is going to be 743. So this is going to be the total transportation cost. So by using Modi method, we can easily optimize the total transportation cost compared to all the other methods. So thank you. We will see in another video. Bye.